Today's adventure, we're starting out at Harris Casino, although we're not going to document the casino. I made some pictures on Instagram on my stories to kind of show off inside a little bit. But really, we're starting here because we spent the night here at this hotel because we're here in Metropolis area in Paducah, Kentucky, which is right across the border this way. The Ohio River is just directly behind the casino for a very, very special trip. And hello, my friends, Mr. Nomad Ben here. So we're starting out here in Metropolis, Illinois. Not really to completely document a Superman-esque thing, but we will be going to the Super Museum to check out a portion of the museum I didn't document last time because it was still under construction when I was here with the Dream Poet a while back. So I'm actually in the Metropolis, Paducah area for a reason. I'm meeting up with my buddy Michael that you guys met on my channel a long time ago. He's a childhood friend of mine, basically like family to me. So he's coming down here with his wife to meet halfway between like the Chicagoland area and where we live in Dalton. Kind of like halfway. Metropolis, Illinois, and Paducah is kind of our halfway point. So we're just going to spend time together as the families of mine and his kind of get together and hang out and catch up. So we're not staying here at this hotel. We only spent one night here. So we're actually just going to hang out Metropolis, and before they arrive, we're going to go over to the Garden of the Gods and check that place out, and also hunt for Hicks Dome, which is a dormant volcano in southern Illinois. So it's going to be quite a fun adventure. So this particular vlog is kind of as we go and see where the wind takes us. So I may document things today and capture things for the next day with Michael. So I'm inviting you guys to come with me. And here we go.
It's all about where you've been, Nomad Ben. Tell us all about the finer points of living in your traveling. Food, beer, history, nature quest. Every corner of this all to the great Midwest. Tell us all about where you've been, Nomad Ben.
Currently right now I'm in Vienna, Illinois, getting some gas. We're going to go deep this direction off of Illinois 146 to get to the gardens. And I've never been to the Garden of the Gods before. It's my first time going, so I don't know what I'm getting myself into. So if there's a lot of hiking, maybe on a different trip, I could get some really good pictures. But hopefully I could get some good scenic pictures. I also know the volcanoes down that direction, Hicks Dome. But another really interesting thing, when I got getting gas here, I got gas at a Stuckey's. You could never go wrong with a good old Stuckey's. I don't think I've ever been to one, but I know a lot of my favorite vloggers been to Stuckey's before, but it's my first time at one, so let's go check it out. Well, this gas station offers propane refills, so Hank Hill would be very proud. There's even little structures of a lion, an elephant, and that famous statue of the topless woman with no arms. And I forget what the name of that art piece is, but it's a very iconic art piece right in front of Stuckey's in Vienna, Illinois. So it looks like they got some little posters of classic cars in here, walking sticks. Definitely want to grab a couple of those because you're really near a lot of hiking areas near the National Forest in Illinois and all that good stuff here. Old-timey gas station pumps. Fun toys for the kiddos. Got fun little signs. Lawn flags. Very cool. Look, they got little wooden carvings of a cowboy and the livestock. A lone wolf. Whoa. This is pretty cool. Never been to a Stuckey's before. I'm really glad I got to check it out real quickly. Little dream catchers here. And beyond that doors there is some slot machines you could play as well. Very cool. Well, let's hit the road. Well, here we are in Harrod, Illinois, where the location of the Gardens of the Gods is. part of the Shawnee National Forest. So I've got my son with me. We're just gonna go for a little portion of the walk in this vlog. We actually just got back. I'm just recording this and putting it before our walk. A little information about the Garden of the Gods. And just if you guys are ever here, just please be careful, because it's a quarter-mile hike down that direction. It'll take about 30 minutes to 45 minutes to complete, but we're just going to complete this little portion of it. But man, it is so beautiful. We're going to check out Camel Rock View. That's where we're going to head to. So let's go ahead and go on an adventure. So we're in an observation trail heading towards the view in the Garden of the Gods. Loving this beautiful design. My family and I are just driving through southern Illinois, and I grew up in Illinois, but obviously the Chicagoland area, close to the city, but I have never seen such beauty in the state I grew up in. Closer, about to get some good views coming up. There's a little rock formation over here. You gotta watch your step at this place. You know, you got rocky pavement set up, but there are some dips that could take you down. Wow. This is in Illinois. Kind of has a little bit of a rock city kind of deal. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Fat Man Squeeze right here. Oh man.
Oh, but be careful.
All right, we're gonna make our steps and make it across the bridge.
Okay.
You gotta be very careful right here. This is gonna be a bit of a step right here. Oh my.
So are those other trails up through there you can hike?
Yeah.
Stay on this.
This is just
observation.
This is just the observation trail.
There's other trails too.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. This is a national recreation area. Oh my goodness.
Be careful.
Oh my gosh. This is Illinois. Look at that formation. You can. We get a different view of their version of the Fat Man Squeeze.
That one picture was good. He wasn't looking in the other one. He's almost ready for rocks.
Even though we just kind of walked over here earlier, but we're kind of keeping it chill for this particular part of the trip, because I got my little one with me hiking. It's his first hike. But we'll come back. Hopefully in the future I could document it for the channel or take some pictures or make more shorts. Regardless, I'm going to plan a future vacation up here. This is really pretty. Well, let's go ahead and find Hicks Dome, the dormant volcano in Illinois. Well, as we head to the volcano, we're going to stop here at the Garden of the God outpost. You can see Bigfoot and his family eating some ice cream. We got an old-timey phone booth right over here. But this is a really cool gift shop. We just got out. I'm not going to go in and vlog it. But there's really worth checking out. Full of Bigfoot-themed stuff in here. But they also got Chicago-style hot dogs. Definitely worth it if you are not going up to Chicago to get something. You get it here in Harrod, Illinois. But here's an example of the t-shirts that they sell. Bigfoot Eclipse 2024 shirts. Shawnee National Forest, Southern Illinois. But you can follow them on Instagram and Facebook as well. Definitely check them out, full of souvenirs and ice cream. Want to show off what I purchased in there. Lately, I've been kind of doing what Adam the Woo does, to buy fridge magnets on the Adventure. So I got a Garden of the Gods magnet, $10, piece of a tree, painted with mushrooms on it. Very cool magnet, though. So a little outside of Harrod, Illinois, where the Garden of the Gods were, and the Outpost where we just had some lunch in the gift shop. So this is Hickstown Road in Monroe Precinct, Illinois. We're kind of like in a very boony-ish, deeper in the forest kind of deal. I know that's a lot of mumbo jumbo to bring up, but I was trying to find the volcano. So the volcano is actually deep into the Shawnee Forest, but there's so much private property on this road. But I can at least show you where you could head to the volcano, which would be down this direction, headed toward this way. I'm not going to go any further because, like I said, there's plenty of private property around the area. But going deeper into the forest is the dormant Hicks Dome volcano. So the status of dormant means it could or could not ever erupt, but you never know. It could, but it's leaning toward it may not. But not too long ago, Kentucky just had an earthquake. It is not terribly far away where Hicks Dome was. So there's natural fault lines in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Illinois. So just deeper in this forest, the volcano is directly that way. So I'll leave a link in the description of a local news that talked about the volcano as well. But it is deep in here where it'll be at, and there's a lot of rich minerals in there. So there's some active lava magma underneath, but it may never erupt, as the research, according to my understanding. So again, I never knew that Illinois had a volcano. There's just a lot of great things about this state that I grew up in, and Illinois has a little bit of everything. Alright, so I showed you guys the direction of the volcano, so on our way back to Metropolis right now to see what's new or whatever I missed, the Superman Museum. But my brother Michael is in town to visit. You guys remember him from the last adventure? We went to Herrick Lake. So, yep. Michael, so good to see you, my friend.
Hey, good to see you too, man. I'm so glad to be hanging out again. It's been a long time.
Right? I mean, we're going to be going to Paducah, Kentucky. Unfortunately, there's no active movie theaters in Metropolis. Yeah. But we're going to go see the Superman movie tonight.
Yeah, nothing could be better than going on the opening night right next to Metropolis.
Right? Yeah. Well, again, let's go to the Super Museum, man. I can't wait. Yeah. It's going to be fun. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. So we're making it to the Super Museum. It closes in a little bit, so Michael has never been to the Super Museum. So how excited are you to go to the Super Museum?
I'm excited to be here. Yeah, I've been a fan of DC for quite a while. So recently got a little more into Superman, been following a lot of the stuff leading up to the recent movie, so we're going to go see that this evening.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited too to see it with you, but I'm in the need for a new shirt because I got a large last time I was here, but I need like a much bigger shirt, like extra large. So
yep, super-sized shirt for a super-sized man.
What's your thoughts of the Super Museum, pal?
It's pretty cool.
So we're gonna go through every history of Superman, starting from George Reeve, I think his name.
Even before that, this was the first action. That was the very first issue they ever came out with.
Yeah,
that's the original Superman. I do recognize that because it's iconic. So, and you can even see #1 right there.
Oh yeah, I don't know how much the original comic is worth. It's worth like millions, though. It's like
really,
yeah. The legitimate, yeah,
original copies.
Oh yeah,
I wouldn't doubt that. I mean, I wouldn't pay it as much as I like Superman.
Right. Michael discovered the phone booth. Super Michael, with the new super design shirt. He turned into a statue. What's intriguing to you in this part of the museum?
That's a good question. I do not remember, to be honest, the Christopher Reeves one very well. I just remember like the general sense of it, but it's been probably like 10, 15 years since I've seen it.
Probably the last time you and I saw it together when we were kids, when we hung out all the time in high school.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I remember watching movies with you, Superman, Christopher Reeves being one of them.
So generally fond memory.
Oh, yeah. And the last time I was here with Chet, the design of the museum was definitely a little different than it was. I remember there was a chair on the other side and all that. So they definitely did things a little differently last time I was here.
Yeah.
So, a little stuff about the movie here. And Margot Kidder, the most iconic and memorable Lois Lane.
Was she with, which one was she part of?
She was part of the Christopher Reeve universe, so
Okay.
yes, she was very, very iconic. And then there's Nuclear Man, probably one of the worst renditions of Christopher Reeves, the last one. It's either Superman 3 or Superman 4, but everyone likes the first two, The Quest for Peace. So this is this is the part I was at with my friend Chet a while back that was closed, but now they've upgraded it. So Michael is getting infatuated by Doomsday. That's a big Doomsday.
Yeah.
I wonder who the villain is. It's not going to be Doomsday in this episode, but for the new movie, I really don't know who the villain's going to be in this new one.
It's Lex.
Well, of course, that's kind of goes without saying, but they gotta have like a real, the villain hero relationship. But that kind of goes without said.
There will be several. You want me to give away
No,
some of it?
I would kind of would be surprised.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up?
Did you see this old video game over here?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Look at that. And look. Did you see the Santa Claus Superman?
Ah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's cool. And the pinball machine. Oh, look how old this is. Now, Michael, here is your first time in front of Superman.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen like a statue of any substantial size before.
Yeah, but this is actually like I believe it's our courthouse here. So if you actually read,
interesting.
I think you know how we are with our faith and all that.
Yeah.
Michael, I think you're really going to appreciate what that's written over there because I documented it last time I was here. So
Okay.
I think you'll definitely like to see what it says. So there's a super city. Yeah, check out, read the dedicated prayer.
Almighty God.
Michael's reading the dedicated prayer. Oliver's enjoying the super-size statue. And the girls are catching up. But be careful, Oliver. The Metropolis Chamber of Commerce. Take that. Being part of so many different chambers myself.
That's actually pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you would really appreciate that.
Yeah.
We just left the Superman area in downtown Metropolis. Michael and I and our wives and my son are going to try Fat Ed's Roadhouse. Peel and eat shrimp and half-pound burgers. Ready for this, buddy?
Yep.
Let's do it. So the So how Fat Ed's works, you order here at the counter. Look, there's the menu. You order over there, and then you sit down and you eat. Simple as that. So we ordered our food, and we're starting out with some Justice League themed drinks. Lindsay and I got the Mr. Freeze, and Michael and Sylvia got the Superman. As you can see, the colors of the Superman here. And we say that this is the best one versus Mr. Freeze. That's a dangerous drink. Stay away from that.
It's good.
Oh, yeah. Michael, how's that burger, buddy?
Dude, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it looks good. It's got the Jolly Pepper.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it has a little bit of heat. Not too much.
You got me the wings. Lindsay got pulled pork. Sylvia got a burger, no bun. The bacon burger. And with the Ed sauce. So after we went to Fat Ed's, enjoying Superman-themed ice cream before we see the movie, Michael. Cheers, buddy. Superman.
Cheers without the beers.
Oh, yeah. Right? Cheers without the beers.
There's all your sprinkles.
All sprinkles. Michael and I are playing pool, my new obsession, if you follow my stories. Having a good time. And Michael, they denied... There's kind of a weird pool table. They were missing a ball in this little thing. 75 cents here at the Super Cafe. But either way, it's a good time. All right, so we got a pool game out of our system. We made it to Paducah, crossed the Ohio River, which is directly that way. So interesting to cross the Ohio River in the middle of the night. But we are at the opening night, Friday night opening, of the James Gunn directed Superman, and Michael's got his Superman t-shirt on. I didn't get one today. I'll get one later, but Michael, this we've been planning this for a little bit, and we're excited. Superman, baby. Let's do it.
Yep.
We'll tell you at the very end of what we think. We'll tell you at the very end of this particular portion of the vlog what we think about the movie, so stay tuned. Okay, so like I said, better late than never to not share the review of the movie. We wanted to share it with you guys right after the film, but again, we were catching up because we haven't seen each other in a good minute. But we had time to process and discuss the movie off camera. So my official thought, because like my thought of James Gunn directing and in writing the new Superman movie, I was very skeptic about it. And with all these superhero movies coming out, especially Marvel, I guess Marvel's been more of a bad taste in my mouth ever since Endgame ended. But of course, the Spider-Man movies were decent, but this is relevant to the conversation because that's Marvel, but DC. And DC's just been kind of hit and miss in the comic book universe. But I came in with zero expectations with this movie. This was more from Michael wanting to go see this movie, as we haven't seen a movie together in a very long time. Yeah. And behind camera and all that, Michael has been developed into a DC fan, probably in his mid to late 20s up until recently. So, and me, I've always liked DC comics and all that, but then I kind of went off the radar of my fandom. Still fan of the classics, but coming in with Superman and James Gunn, because I loved Guardians of the Galaxy. I enjoyed all three films. I prefer the first one, of course. The second one was meh, and the third one was good. It was a great way to end the trilogy of Guardians of the Galaxy. But the humor and all that Guardians of the Galaxy, I absolutely loved. So with him doing Superman and his rendition, I was like, okay, I don't really know how I'm going to feel about it, because Henry Cavill's not Superman anymore. Will it amount to Christopher Reeve's Superman? Because his Superman was just great. I've always loved his rendition. And of course, the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited Superman, I've loved that rendition of Superman. So when I saw this movie, I was like, okay, where are we going with this? I kind of was like, okay, cool. I kind of feel it's the animated Superman, the Justice League Superman a little bit. And then his character kind of changed a little bit. It was just too millennial or too emotional. I don't want to get...
emotional is the best word. Specifically whiny, I think, would describe one or two of the scenes. Reason why we both didn't like a certain aspect of Superman, but honestly, I think it's the best version of
Superman portrayed, and Clark Kent too. I think that he did probably the best job, I think, out of any of the Superman films.
The current ones. I mean, I still think Christopher Reeve is the best Superman we're going to get. But
I could see that. But I think he was better overall. But there were aspects of stoicism and what's the word I'm looking for? Essentially, the Christopher Reeves one was more calm and collected.
Right.
So that's what I wish they would have done a little more with.
I think it's more this, but I think in this I think it's honestly a more relatable Superman. Like kind of like this is
I think it detracts from Superman's character though.
Yeah.
Like classically.
Well, he's a '90s kid Superman. Honestly, that's kind of how I got it. It's a '90s kid Superman. Like if just say Clark Kent was born probably in 1990, like how we are, but like.
Well, since a lot of their inspiration was based off of Smallville,
yes,
it makes sense since it was in that era when Smallville was showing at least its main part.
Yeah,
it makes sense. It was made for millennials.
Right.
Plus, I think we're like a pretty big bulk of the fan base too.
Right. So it honored like kind of both enough generations of Superman. But us kind of like, we're because you and I are both like, I'm born in 1990, you're 91. So like this is like, you know, I felt like if Superman was born in 1990, between 1990 and 1994 kind of deal, like legitimately. Yeah. So like, and we all know the actor was born around that time too, but like the character, it's relatable to us, like how his character and what the issues that we deal with. I don't want to get political, and I'm not my channel doesn't talk about politics, but like there are things that we can relate to what Superman is dealing with, and as a generation as a whole deals with. And I'm like, okay, and you know what? It actually worked, and like the character of the Superman actually worked, and I was like, it kind of drew away from what we discussed. Like, okay, this doesn't seem like the Superman we've always known, but with James Gunn's direction, and of course with the Justice.
I felt like it felt more like Superman than.
Well, yeah. Now Superman. My personal opinion.
Yeah.
But like a now Superman, but he's not Christopher Reeve to me. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Though, but like, Michael and I don't all 100% agree on certain things about it, but we agree it was a good movie, and I would say everyone should. If you love Superman, please see this movie. You love humor, you love Guardians of the Galaxy, please see this movie, because the Justice Gang was definitely a good bunch. So, Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and
he was better than I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be really dislikable, but I think it's the first time, like after seeing the movie in context, it was actually a decent pick to have him in. Not good, not great, but like it was fitting.
Yes, for a James Gunn film, it was very fitting.
And Mr. Terrific definitely was a standout side character. Hawkgirl was unfortunately kind of bland in the film.
I think maybe they'll develop her better in future films.
Hopefully,
but hopefully. But it's a James Gunn movie. It's a different take.
Yeah, they couldn't give all the side characters main plots.
Yeah,
so.
But as a Guardians of the Galaxy fan, this movie made complete sense of how they did the Justice Gang incorporating
and
Superman.
Metamorpho was fantastic. And,
Metamorpho was great.
All the effects except for like a couple flying shots. The ones that were kind of like in the trailers, they're still in the movie.
Yeah.
Metamorpho, like had great visual effects 100%, and like his character and emotions and everything was really good.
Oh yeah.
What would you say overall rating?
Overall rating, I give this movie I think I say a B-. Because like I said, there's like it was just my personal aspects of how I think Superman was or should be, in my opinion. But at the same time, overall as a film, I thoroughly enjoy it. And those were actually true superheroes that drove by Metropolis, by the way, the firefighters. Those are the true superheroes of society, as much as we like to have people like this flying around. But like other than Jesus Christ, those firefighters, paramedics, and doctors, those are the true superheroes. So, and our cops too, for sure.
Yeah.
So I have to shout that out. It was just a great opportunity.
Yeah, I'd say B-. I'd say B+, but I agree with what you said.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's our take on Superman. James Gunn.
I wanted to share about the soundtrack too, because I'm a musician.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, or not many people, comment usually about the soundtrack, and it's fitting, but I think that it was nearly perfect take on Superman, and I think it captured the stoicism and emotionalness. Like Lex's theme, I got the soundtrack beforehand. I was like, but when I saw it in context of the movie, it grew on me. And I think, what was your take on? Well, I was gonna say one last thing. So I think the soundtrack itself is like an 8.5 or 9 out of 10, but then in context of the movie is like a 7.5. But what was your take on Lex, though, real quick?
My take on Lex was, okay, so personally, I thought Lex was, we all know how smart Lex Luthor is. Like, Lex is an intellect.
You got a theory.
But I have a theory, like, there was something, I felt, me personally, I mean, I don't want to ruin the movie. Like, I feel like my theory could possibly ruin the movie.
No,
but maybe,
it
you
doesn't.
don't think so? Okay,
No,
but then,
it's
but
just a theory.
my theory is, like, if James Gunn is taking a lot what the fans like, because that's what I think.
We can break expectation. There's no Brainiac.
Right, for all we know, right now.
Yeah.
But I feel like Brainiac had a huge influence on Lex Luthor in this movie, and it wouldn't surprise me if Lex had cahoots with Brainiac, or if
That
Brainiac
actually could be a possibility.
Yes, because this Lex Luthor was incredibly smart. Like, he was smart.
He was insanely smart, but he was also he was kind of like Superman, extremely emotional, but he was completely over the top.
Yes.
With his emotions in the film. I think it was the least put together Lex. Usually he's like cold and calculating. He's just cold, emotional, and evil.
Yes. But
in this, so like it was a overall good take. I think just maybe more cold with the calculating might have served the movie a little better. That's my only critique, but I thought it was overall
it
good.
worked. Like what James Gunn did with these characters, in my opinion, worked.
Yeah.
So,
and one last thing, a lot of people say it's basically like a comic book, but with like real film.
Right.
It kind of did feel like that.
Yes, he did an excellent. James Gunn did an excellent job with these characters. He really did. He pulled it off. Like I guess, like I said, I came in with no expectations, and like we already shared our opinions about it. And then with Lex, like I really think he made the film work. I'm looking forward to Supergirl. I had no idea there was a Supergirl movie coming out, but Michael's going to start from now on to keep me up to date with more DC comic stuff. I know my friend John from Love Our Life Vlog is really big into DC comics too, so I would definitely like to hear his side of things and his review. But I will tell you, what James Gunn taking control of not just the Superman movies, but just DC Universe itself. So we've noticed that Disney Plus, Hulu, and Max are kind of a bundle now, because like I got myself a bundle with them. But it makes me wonder, is there going to be a works of a Marvel versus DC movie? Maybe the next 10 years from now.
That would be interesting. I think it would be 10 years down the road.
Yes, and with this Superman movie,
yeah,
I could see it happening.
Yeah,
because like I think this movie would introduce it, like a Marvel versus DC film. Like there was some stuff about it. I don't guess it was more I could talk about it, but I don't want to ruin the film. But there was things about that movie
Superman versus Cap.
Well, no, not Cap. His equal.
No.
Thor.
His character portrayal of the like homegrown American.
True, yeah. But I would say it'd be like Batman versus Captain America, or maybe like Superman versus Thor. kind of deal. I think that's kind of his equal, but I don't know. There's a lot we could discuss about. That's another rabbit hole. But I really think with James Gunn having his connections with Disney, we saw the way we saw Superman. I could predict that we're gonna have a Marvel versus DC film in the next 10-15 years under James Gunn's direction. That's how I think. But who knows? I could be wrong. But well, that was our take on the movie. We both agreed that it's a B movie.
Yeah,
he says B plus. I said B minus. But we still enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see Supergirl and Superman 2. His version, and more things to come. It's gonna be good.
Oh yeah, I didn't finish I just had one more thing about the soundtrack. Yeah, I'm not as big fan of the Guardians as you.
Yeah,
I think it took away from one or two of the scenes when he threw in like some unnecessary rock music instead of having like Superman soundtrack and having this. But anyways, that was just one side comment.
Well, you heard it from Ben and Michael, the friends and brothers of Wheaton, Illinois, reunited here in Metropolis, Illinois.
I'm Warrenville.
Well, yeah. Warrenville. Well, I'm Warrenville too, but I claim Wheaton. But Wheaton and Warrenville are literally like right next to each other. So, yeah. Well, we're both Warrenville, but I liked Wheaton better. So, but still, yeah, man. But you've heard it from us.